Hey everyone, how are you? Assalamu alaikum. I hope everyone is having a great day wherever you are around the world. This is Rami and I'm just making a video in regards to a certain issue that I have. A few videos ago I posted one up in regards to the mistreatment of Muslims in the Western media. I titled that video, Muslims Are Monsters. Now, I got a bit of a negative slack in that video. I got a lot of dislikes. And I had quite a few people, well actually just a few people, tell me that I just seem to support Muslims and that I don't care about the rights of other people, that I'm a hypocrite, I'm full of double standards, and you name it, alright? Another issue is that people think that I only tend to sympathize with Muslims. That's not true. Even though my videos focus on the issues that Muslims are facing, it doesn't mean that I'm disregarding the other problems specifically found in Muslim nations themselves. That is not true. I focus on issues that I know I'm capable of fixing, and this is the most logical way to actually do something and turn it around and make something positive out of something within my reach. Now, a lot of people have, they said to me, oh, what about the gays in Iran? What about the blasphemers and apostates in Pakistan? What about the women's rights in Saudi Arabia? Look, that's fair and dandy, but the thing is, if I make videos in regards to these issues happening in Muslim countries overseas, it's not going to make a difference at all. I'm literally wasting my voice and my time. We do know there are over 50 Muslim countries around the world, and they're all variably different from each other. It's just amazing. You can't even say there are two identical Muslim countries in the world. That just shows that when it comes to Islam, when politics is mixed with it, it could bend either way. It could bend further towards, liberalism, or it could bend towards extremism. That is just how it is, and how it has been for a very long time, in particular in the Middle Eastern nations. Yes, politics plays a huge role in religion in certain Muslim countries. And the thing is, I have no power over that. There is no point in me making a video trying to reach for something that I know I will never grab. But when it comes to my video, Muslims Are Monsters, and the Western image of Islam, I have plenty of power in regards to helping change and shift that problem. And helping people understand more about Islam, and inviting them to get to know Muslims, and to bridge this gap that is found in the Western nations where Muslims are looked at with suspicion and fear and intimidation and anger. This I know I can fix, and this is a problem that I've experienced multiple times and I've witnessed multiple times. I mean, even yesterday I was at a shopping centre. There was a lady in the hijab and her daughter, and this lady was staring at the woman in the hijab non-stop, and then when she turned back around, she literally shuddered. She was like, ugh. What the hell? I mean, come on, this is pathetic, alright? And this just shows that the negative portrayal in the Western media is actually one of the main reasons people hate Islam and despise and fear Muslims. So guys, I mean, look, you could be angry about, things that are happening in the Middle East and in certain Muslim countries, and you could be angry at me for not making videos addressing these issues. I don't deny these issues exist. They do, but there's nothing I could do about it. And you know that, and I know that. So why are you behind me, yelling at me for making a video in regards to something I can fix and be proactive about? But you're more or less just telling me I should make a video about things that are beyond my reach and beyond my capabilities. Now, a lot of people have told me, oh, Rami, it's just a few people that are, led by the media and the politics of a nation. It's just a few people that that look at Muslims negatively and are actually, that believe much of the propaganda that is filtered through the mainstream media. I'm afraid to tell you guys that you are wrong. It is not a few people. One of the most disturbing surveys comes from my own country, from Australia. Now, this was a 10-year-long study, okay, and it was published on February 23rd, 2011 on ABC News. The researchers found that 49% of Australians are anti-Muslim. So that's basically 1 in 2 Australians are anti-Muslim. This is a genuine study. Now guys, the Muslim population in Australia is no more than 1% really. How is it possible that 50% of a population can be anti 1% of the population? You see these numbers? It doesn't work out. These Australians, most of them don't know Muslims. And the only way they're fed information about Muslims is through politics and the media, all of which portray Muslims in a negative light. And then I see this hatred and bigotry and Islamophobia spreading around because many people are being fed lies. And I'm here to combat that. Okay, this is a problem for me. A 2010 article written by Ecclesia has found that new research has drawn a direct link between prejudiced portrayals of Muslims in the media and an increase in violent attacks on Muslims in the United Kingdom. Now, the fact is, the UK has a very similar statistic to Australia. Nearly half of Americans also consider themselves to have an anti-Muslim bias. So guys, we're looking at countries where Muslims are under a couple % of the population and they are being hated against. And we know for a fact that it can't be based on knowing a Muslim person, that this information is just relayed on what they are fed. And if they are fed a spoon of bullshit, they take it. And this accumulates. Then this causes fear, paranoia, and Islamophobia in the Western nations. I don't want none of that. And I know that I could get this problem fixed. So I think that I should be more or less, supported for what I'm doing, as opposed to being labelled a hypocrite, a liar, full of double standards, an idiot, whatever you want to call me. You should be actually supporting me and cheering me on for doing something that I know that I can fix. If you have a cause and an aim to get to help combat bigotry, then do it. Some people claim that because the people of these Muslim countries vote in these corrupt leaders, that they support everything that they stand for. This is definitely not true. We do know in some Muslim countries, you're barely even free to speak out against your government. It could be a dangerous thing. Even for me, when I voted, I didn't support everything that my government supports. There are many things I actually hate what my government does. There are many things I hate about my government. But seeming it was the better option, I chose that one because it was all I had. Likewise, it's the same with Muslims. When they vote in, whoever it is that they vote in to their government, it's not because they wholeheartedly agree 100% with everything that they do, including killing homosexuals and killing apostates. It doesn't mean that the sole reason that they voted these people is because they are in agreement with these acts. These Muslim countries, if they go through any sort of change, is going to take a long time. So even if they do, get rid of that government, it's not like overnight they're suddenly going to be refreshed, new, changed. You know what I mean? These people have been used to living in certain conditions with certain rules and laws for a very long time. So even if they get a new government, their mindset is still going to be of the frame that they've had in the last God knows how long with their old rulers. And this is a change that you can't expect overnight. But people are expecting it. They want to see change in the Muslim countries in the Middle East straight away. And it's just not going to happen. It's going to be a very slow process if it happens. So why should I focus again on something that is not going to happen in my lifetime, when I know that I could change things pretty much immediately? If I could change people's perceptions on what Islam is and who Muslims are, then that is a great thing. Why don't you go out there and try and meet a Muslim, go and find a Muslim, befriend a Muslim, see what they're all about, and forget what the media tells you about them. And then if you still come to the conclusion that they are everything you read about and saw about on the media, then that is fine. You did your part. That's okay. But it is blind to just say that you're going to accept everything that is fed to you by your politicians and your media in regards to Islam and Muslims, and to just be happy with that. That's the end. Finito. That's not right. It's your obligation to find out more. And it's my obligation to support you to go out and find out more and to come to a conclusion that puts us away from such statistics that are almost embarrassing. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will post the links onto the bottom down there, and look into it, guys. Just see what you think, and yeah, if you have anything to say, get back to me. Alright, peace and love to you all. Check you later.